For me, right, I am a very kiasu person. I buy all types of insurance, not overspending. But like, I'm just thinking, okay, this insurance cover from this age to that age. This insurance cover from this age to that age. Okay, I'm covered for my life. So I mean, like ILP, right, if it fits in your goal, it is good for you. I don't think it's a scam lah.
Redflags is a web application that helps users to sort of get more clarity and sort of understand their financial documents better. So initially our target was youths, but now we felt that as a team, we felt that it could actually be applicable to anyone of any age. So what it does is, let's say you upload your financial documents, like ILPs, like Iki mentioned, then it'll help you break it down, simplify financial jargon, maybe highlight even some hidden terms that maybe reading through like an extensive 40-page document, you're like, oh, I have no time. And you help flag them out and help you simplify them so that you can understand it better.
Then now I also want to go back to what you mentioned earlier, that like that time when you were like 18, then you like signed ILP without like naive and all that stuff. Actually, like I also relate to that because I think the first time I signed ILP, I was like, oh, I thought I was doing 10 years, but like, oh, it's actually 25 years, you know. Yeah. So actually, like, I also, and maybe other younger people in our generation also don't know what we don't know. So when all these things go wrong, right, do you think it is kind of like the product itself is the problem, or is how the FAs like market the ILPs as like the problem?
This is my personal opinion. I do not represent anyone or anything, but I think it has got to do with more of the FA, how they share their product. I think products itself, right, whether it's good for you or not good for you, really depends on your own goals. Because like, you know, even term insurance, even like ILPs, they cover different timeline of your life. And if you really want a full coverage, people will get every different type of insurance. Yeah, so I think that the way that the financial advisor bring it across is very important, because if they highlight only the good points, right, then you would think, wow, like there is like no loss, all this like money is just, you know, when they show you the PowerPoint,
table,
right, it's always upwards. It's never like up, down, it's always upwards, because they are like trying to project to you, this is what we expect. However, in reality, that may not be the full case. So I think it's also very important for every of us usual layman people to be prudent in some sense, that we know some stuff so that we don't get like taken advantage of lah.
Then I also want to hear like both your opinion about like just generally the ILP landscape in Singapore, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people around me will say like, oh, ILP scam, like everything is a scam and all. But I feel like if ILP is really a scam, honestly, MAS or the government who have done something about it, then what do you guys think about ILP in general in Singapore?
Honestly, I think if you look back on like some articles in 2018, there were reinforcements on like stricter guidelines on how ILPs should be structured. So actually our government is actually doing their part already. However, ILP really is not a scam. There is some good to it. In some sense, like for me, right, I am a very kiasu person. I buy all types of insurance, not overspending. But like, I'm just thinking, okay, this insurance cover from this age to that age. This insurance cover from this age to that age. Okay, I'm covered for my life. So I mean, like ILP, right, like if it fits in your goal, it is good for you. I don't think it's a scam lah. It's just whether or not it's for you. Some people, they think it's for them, end up it's not for them, then they buy. It's just not meant for it lor. Yeah.
I think in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to figuring out what is good for you, what is not good for you, having a tool like this would help. The question now I have is, okay, so I like how everybody sits back when I'm like, okay, you're about to grill me. Okay, so we now know how the software works. We now know how we feel about ILP in general. Let's say if I'm a person who has just received one of those brochures product sheets, right? I put it in and it highlight all the different things already. Is there a way, or is there a are you looking for in a roadmap to put like, okay, average, this is the market standard? We don't say good or bad, because here's the thing, right? We go back to the first few statements you said. I don't know what I don't know. You've highlighted 18 things that I still don't know nothing about. The text box, the chat box gives me an Oxford Dictionary like definition. Sick, I still don't know, right? So how do I truly experience guidance if, let's say, I'm a first timer?
I think find your FA. Really, really, because in some sense, right, unless we have access to every single product, financial product in Singapore, you know, if MAS is watching this, we will love a collaboration. But you know, for us, right, unless we have access to every single of this product, then we can make a benchmark. But currently, sometimes it's very like gated. We cannot have access to every type. So honestly, for myself, right, when I buy a product, I also want to know what's best in the market. So of course, like for individuals, you can actually go online and like get like different types of different companies' products, or you can go to your FA, say, hey, like FA, I want products across different like companies, and then they give it to you. But I think it's for us practically as of now, it's not possible to do a benchmark.
Then for people, you know, like reading the ILP document for the first time, what do you think are like kind of the most common red flags that they should look out for?
I think lock-in period. Lock-in period, how many years? So for me, right, I was locked in for 25 years. And I just like signed in a wimp. I didn't even like, oh, let me bring home and take a look, because to me, right, my FA is sitting in front of me. Then she say, like when you sign, like I'll need to be in front of you to help like process it. Like if you want to sign again, we need to meet up again. And I was like, oh, like sounds troublesome. Then it was like, I don't know, 40 pages. Like how do I like scan through everything, right? I just like sign. Lock-in period. You need to think like it's 25 years of your life. Like if you start work at 25, it's gonna be until 50 years old. Like you have kids already. Yeah, so I think lock-in period, and also things like withdrawal fees. So for example, like some ILPs, right, you put it in, then you can say, oh, after like 5 years you can withdraw. However, you withdraw, it comes with a certain percentage of withdrawal fee. And if you do that withdrawal, it comes with a forfeiting of your bonus. And then if I don't have the bonus, what for I use ILP? I might as well invest myself. So like robo investors and such. So I think we just really need to know like lock-in period and all the fees, like things like withdrawal fees, things like processing fee. Like if you pay annually, right, how much is it gonna cost? If you pay monthly, how much is it gonna cost? Because it all adds up. It's all your money. So if you care about your money, you need to go and look into the money. Yeah.
Read that document.
Yes.
What's the most interesting thing that you've actually discovered in your journey? Because like it feels like your tool is meant for like or people who are completely unaware or people who don't know what's going on, you know.
One of our mentors mentioned during our accelerator phase, he talked about how even doctors who you assume of like higher education, right? They might have knowledge on the whatever they're signing up for, but in actuality they might not because they might not have the time or like to even think about all this, but they have enough money to sort of like just leave it for the FA to play with, basically. Yeah, so that was a misconception that we had as well, because we thought that people who have higher education maybe are more familiar with all this. But that's not the case.
With all that said, like looking forward, for people who are following the project or thankfully because of us, you don't know about the project, right? What's the roadmap in the future? What's happening in the future? What can people get excited about?
We just had this discussion like 2 days ago, I think. I think like what's gonna be exciting is that we're gonna accompany you through your life. So what it means, not just like for your first insurance, your first ILP, but also looking to expand it to like even your down payment and like I know housing stuff, housing documents. We're gonna accompany you through your life. So all these different documents, we're trying to expand it so that no matter what, right, as long as it's your first time, you will not feel like I don't know everything.
Then how do you also see like tools like Red Flags, for example, like changing the landscape of financial advice in the next like few years, for example?
I think it will make financial advising industry more transparent and also more trustworthy. So rather than people feeling threatened, right? Hey, like you're like taking away my job. No, we're not taking away your job. We're making your job easier. Like people trust you more. Yeah, so yeah, we're here to make things more transparent. And no, like hopefully no or low cases of like people feeling scammed when they sign financial products.
All right, and with that, we've come to the end of today's episode. A big shout out and big thanks to Red Flags, to Iki, to Jonas for giving us such incredible insights on how this up and coming piece of technology is going to help us, going to make our industry more transparent, to help those people who really need help, don't want to get sued by the FA, don't want to read a 40-page essay, they don't want to also listen to the FA yet for 1.5 hours. You can have a clear, concise way to look at something that will be very critical, very important to their lives, especially for the first timers entering in the industry. If you're excited, of course, do look out for them. You can find them on the socials. And of course, if not, with nothing else, my name's Ian.
I'm Shireen.
And this is the episode of Are You For Real? Bye-bye!